Fine. Good morning. Let us go ahead with the next point that is related with the programming fundamental. So we are going to discuss something related to programming language. So first point is introduction to programming language. Basically, why there is a need of programming language? Because human would like to do some of the tasks, but they don't want to do their own. They want to do the task from using some of the computer, some of the machines. So machine cannot understand our program, our common languages, whether we are using Gujarati, Hindi, English, or any other languages. So human can understand that particular languages, but machine cannot understand that languages. Machine can able to understand only 0 and 1, that is a binary language. So that's why we need to write down some of the program in some of the languages. That program will be converted into the binary languages like a 0 and 1, and 0 and 1 can be particularly understood by the particular software, or it can be understood by the computer basically. So that is the first things. That's why programming languages are there. Here we are going to discuss about the C programming language. So we are going to explore C programming language. C programming is the base of all programming language. So whenever you are starting study with either BCA course, MCA course, or any computer science related course, then first you need to learn the C programming language to understand the logic and how programming works. And you need to do some of the programs to understand their flow, like conditions are there, looping structures are there, functions are there, and so on. So that you need to understand it out. So for implementation part, we are going to use the Turbo C++ editor. This is very popular and very old editor. So that we are going to utilize it. So these editors are having multiple functionality. So we can use that functionality and we can easily learn the programming. So we will going to explore that things using Turbo C++ editor. So now let us go ahead and implement C programming hello world. So I am starting with the editor first. So I'm opening Turbo C++ editor. So this is the Turbo C++ editor. So this editor is basically providing the sample structure for writing the program. So this is some of the previous program that I have written. So let me remove that program. For removing that program, you need to press Alt plus F. So it will open the file menu. Now you need to click on a new. So automatically new file will be open. To maximize that particular window, you need to press F5. So it will be maximized. So now let me remove all the code. So I'm selecting using Shift and down arrow key. I'm pressing Control and Delete to remove that particular data. So that is some of the shortcut key that you are going to utilize it out. So first I will start writing with the basic code. First things I will write include stdio.h, then include conio.h. So now what is the meaning of stdio.h? What is the meaning of conio.h? Basically, whenever you are writing any kind of program, you need to write down some of the functions. And for the functions, basically, we need some of the libraries because we cannot do everything on our own. For example, let's say you are supposed to cook some things. Then you are referring some of the manuals, you are referring some of the masala, some of the things you are getting. So that will be something in your library. So similarly for C programming language, these are the library. stdio.h is the library, conio.h is the library. What provided by the stdio.h? Suppose you want to learn that how many functions are provided by stdio.h. Just right click on the stdio and you will find all these function list. So stdio.h library provides these many functions. So some of the functions you are going to utilize in your programming language. So let me close this window. So this is the close options. Suppose you want to check out for Conio, right click on Conio. You will get the list of functions provided by that Conio. Let me close it out right now. So now I am writing void main. So what is a void main? So whenever you are writing the program in a C language, your program execution will start from the main functions. Void is the return data type. So I don't want to return anything to the calling part. Whenever this program will be executed, I can return some of the values to them. So I don't want to return anything, so I'm writing void. Void means nothing. Suppose I'm writing int, then it will be return integer value. So this is the main functions. My programs can have multiple functions. So this is the main functions. So now I'm writing here some of the functions, like let's say I have written CLRSCR. That means the clear screen functions. So that is available from some of the library. Suppose I'm removing that include statement, so that CLRSCR will not work. Then I'm writing printf hello from, let's say, Others Patel. And I'm writing another function get ch. Get ch will help you to wait for a one character. That means you need to press enter or space, something like this. So it will be hold. It will be. So whenever my screen will display hello from Others Patel, it will wait for a one character. Once you press the one character, might be enter, then it will be come up again into my programming language. So three statements I have written. One statement is the CLRSCR, that is a clear screen. Second thing is a printf. Printf is the function used to display something on your screen. Inside the printf, I have written hello from Others Patel. So that message will be displayed on your screen. You can write down any messages, that is for the hello world, and get ch will wait for some time until you press some of the key. So now you are supposed to press the F9 key. So F9 key will compile your program. So whenever you are writing the program, that is one language, and you need to compile with the compiler. So C compiler is there. That is already inbuilt with particular Turbo C++ editor. So I am pressing the F9. So my compilation is done. Warning is 0. Errors are 0. Now you need to press Control F9. It will run your program. Now you can see the output on the screen. Hello from Others Patel is displayed over there. So whatever things you will write into the printf, it will be displayed on the screen. So now it is waiting. Cursor is blinking. So it is waiting for one character. So I'm pressing the enter. Now it comes back to my programming language. So you need to write down CLRSCR. You need to write down the get ch. In between, whatever the code you used to write down, you can. So this basic concept of the hello world is clear. Fine. So now let us go for the condition structure. Suppose I want to take some of the numbers from the user, and user number is positive, then I would like to display the number message that number is positive. For the same, I need to declare the variable. So integer and no, integer is a data type. Float is the data type, varchar is the data, character is the data type, void is the data type. So these many data types are supported by the C languages. So we are going to discuss that things later on, or you can refer the any tutorials for data type, how many data types are supported by the C. So now I am changing this value. I am removing using control and delete key. Please enter number. Then scanf %d ampersand and no. So whatever the value is entered by the user, that will be stored into the variable no. Now I can write down if condition. If no greater than 0, then greater than 0 means printf number is positive. Else bracket printf number is, here we are writing negative, either 0 can be there, but we are ignoring 0 right now. So we are writing just negative. So this is our basic syntax. Then get ch is there. Again, I am pressing the F9 key. So compilation is done. I am pressing Control F9. So please enter the number. So I am entering some of the number. Let's say 45 is there. I am pressing the enter. Number is positive. Let me click enter. Let me run the program again. So I am entering now negative number -10. Enter. Number is negative. Let me run again. I'm entering 0, pressing the enter, but it is saying number is negative because this is the number 0. So what we need to do, we need to check out the more if condition. If, else if number less than 0, then number is negative, else printf number is 0. Fine. So now it will be okay. Let me press F9. Everything is perfect. Control F9. Now I am pressing the 0. Number is 0. You can see the things. So this is the if conditions. By this way, you can write down the if conditions into the Turbo C++ using C language. So now if is clear. Now let us go to the looping structures. So for the same, we are supposed to use the loop. So let me remove this code. Control delete. I'm using for loop for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to no I plus plus. So here I would like to display the pattern, for example, or let us display some of the sequence or series. Let's see. So printf %d then I. So whenever whatever, for example, you are entering 10 numbers, so it will display 1 to 10. So let me press F9. So now one error is there. Y number undefined symbol I we haven't declared yet. So it is saying that please declare the I variable. So we need to declare I variable over here. So I'm declaring I comma no. So I and no. Now let me press F9. So now everything is perfect. Control F9. Please enter the number. Let me enter the 10. 10. Enter. So what is the problem? Printf %d I alter F5. So what is the issue? No. Please enter the number. %d scanf I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to no, I plus plus printf %d I. So I think everything is fine. So let me run the program again. Control F9. Let me enter the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 output is there. So whenever you would like to write down something, you would like to prepare the series, you can write like this. Suppose I want to display alternate number 1, then after 3. What I need to change it? Plus I is equal to I plus 2. I want to jump by 2 numbers. So let me place F9. Control F9. Let me press 5. Now you can see the thing after 1, 3 and 5 is there. But 3 and 5, this is continuous number. I want a space in between this one. So what I can do, I need to format this one. For example, 5. Let's say 3. %3d. Let me refresh it. Let me run it. Again, I am entering 5. Now you can see the thing. So now 3 spaces are there. In 3 space, 1 number is displayed. So remaining 2 will be the space. But suppose you are entering the more value. Let's say you are entering, let's say 20. Now you can see the things. In a first 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So 2 spaces are there. But in 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, only 1 space is there. So that is automatically adjusted. So this concept is clear. How we can use the for loop. Fine. So what we have discussed so far. So let me close this particular file. For closing, Alt X, you need to press it. So what we have discussed so far, we have discussed about the programming language fundamental, that is C basic. Then we have discussed about the TurboC editors. We have written that particular C hello world program. Then we have written the basic if conditions for positive or negative number. And for loop for we have used series. So we have displayed the series. Fine. So let us conclude these particular sessions. We will come up with the next sessions with patterns. So that will be the more interesting sessions, and in that particular sessions you are supposed to build the logic. So let me conclude these sessions. Thank you very much for joining online and offline.